In America, when the topic of race is brought up, the first thing that pops in almost everyone's mind is white versus black. Even though my family is originally from India, I attended a traditional, primarily white private school in Austin, Texas. I was not aware that hierarchies still existed along the lines of skin color, and especially had no idea that even within a race, a lot of conflicts exist based on the shade of one's skin, also known as colorism. Studying Toni Morrison over the course of this semester opened my eyes up to conflicts based on skin color. In her first novel, The Bluest Eye, she uses the character of Maureen Peale to reveal the conflict between African Americans with light skin versus those with darker skin. Peale is a charismatic, light-skinned black girl who comes from a wealthy family. Her interactions with her peers at school reveal the tensions that exist within the black race. Peale is described as someone who is liked and even admired by her peers. She made other girls jealous. They wanted her beauty, her wealth, her demeanor. Most of all, they wanted her superiority. Shortly after her character is first introduced, Morrison illustrates Pecola, one of the main characters' feelings towards Peale is not hatred for her, but rather fear of her persona. As Pecola explains, the thing to fear was the thing that made her beautiful and not us. But what made Maureen Peale superior to her peers? Was she smarter? Did she have a better understanding of the world? In the end, what separated her from them was her appearance, her light skin, and the fact that she came from money. Wealth and skin tone fueled her sense of superiority and ignited envy from girls like Claudia, another one of the main characters. When I first read this text, I thought that Maureen Peale was at fault for acting this way. But after better understanding colorism, I soon wondered if maybe it was not Peale's fault. After all, she was just a young, naive girl who didn't know any better than to be influenced by the community she lived in. Her character made me wonder whether maybe it was society's fault for establishing such perverted beauty standards and twisted criteria to define superiority. This hierarchy of color that exists within races is not only prevalent among African Americans, but also applies to other races. Morrison prompted me to ask questions to my family about my own heritage. My mother told me about the caste system in India. At the bottom are the untouchables who have two defining traits: poverty and dark skin. Discussions of the caste system also sparked my childhood memories. As a young child, I remember innocently asking my great-grandmother about the servants in her house. Why do they have to listen to what you say and do all of it? She struggled to give me an answer. After taking this course, Morrison has given me insight into comprehending why my great-grandmother, years ago, struggled to answer this very question. Morrison suggests that skin color, and more specifically whiteness, serve as attributes that we often misuse to comfort ourselves about our own appearances and social standings. By comparing ourselves to people who do not meet these beauty standards, we are able to feel good about our images at the expense of others. At the end of the novel, when Morrison depicts Pecola picking through the trash, she essentially sums up this argument. She writes, "All of us, all who knew her, felt so wholesome after we cleaned ourselves on her. We were so beautiful when we stood astride her ugliness. We honed our egos on her."